there guys, and welcome back. It's great to have you here as we dive into some more horror news on the channel. We're going to be talking about the upcoming Screamboat movie. So this is a Steamboat Willie horror movie based on the popular Disney character. He is now a public domain character, which means anybody can use the character for any purpose they like, whether it's in a book, a movie, a TV show, and it looks like they've decided to make a parody, sort of comedic horror movie here. And it also stars David Howard Thornton, the guy who was made famous for playing Art the Clown in the Terrifier franchise. So it's great to see him being featured in more horror roles here. So, let's dive into this article. Let's break down this information. We'll play the new trailer over the top as we're talking about the movie as well. So this comes to us from Comic Book Movie. Screamboat Disney-style final trailer finds David Howard Thornton's murderous mouse on the rampage. Yeah, and in the trailer, they're not afraid to lean into the Disney aspect of the character. I mean, they even used the Disney font in the trailer. Obviously, Steamboat Willie is most heavily associated with the Disney company, so it makes sense that they're going to lean into that angle. And it looks kind of cool. But yeah, this is a picture that we have here. So we see Steamboat Willie here. This isn't necessarily a design that works for me, I have to be honest. I don't really like the design all that much, but it's not that important, I guess. I mean, if the movie is fun and it's comedic and there's some good kills, I mean, that's what matters really. But you guys may be a bit different to me. You guys may really like the design, whereas I'm not so hot on it at the moment. I mean, once I've seen the movie, that could change. But from the marketing material, yeah, the costume doesn't do a whole lot for me. So ahead of the movie's release on April 2nd, we have a final trailer and new poster for the horror parody, Screamboat, which stars David Howard Thornton as the live-action take on the classic cartoon character. So, whatever you do, don't call him Mickey. And that must be a tagline from the movie. So, Screamboat is set to hit theatres for a limited run on April 2nd, and Sleight of Hand Productions has released the final trailer for the Steamboat Willie horror parody, which stars David Howard Thornton, who plays Art the Clown in the Terrifier films, as a twisted take on the classic cartoon character. I mean, we're living in an era of these public domain character movies at the moment, where it's just going all crazy. We're getting, you know, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, Bambi the Reckoning, Pinocchio Unstrung. What was the other one as well? Peter Pan, Neverland Nightmare, and now we've got these kind of Steamboat Willie movies that are coming out as well. They're just these horror kind of open public domain character movies. They're all over the place, and it's a good way for, you know, low budget film directors to cut their teeth in the industry. It doesn't cost a lot of money to make these movies, and they can make them quick, they can make them cheap, and like I say, it's a good way to get yourself into the industry if that's what you want to do as a career. So, as I'm sure many of you are aware, Steamboat Willie debuted in the 1928 animated short film directed by Walt Disney and U.B. Lurks, which is generally viewed as the first appearance of Mickey and Minnie Mouse. 1928, almost 100 years ago. That's just insane. For all intents and purposes, Willie is the iconic Disney mascot, but something tells us this character won't be referred to as Mickey Mouse in the movie. I don't think they can actually call it Mickey Mouse because Steamboat Willie is in the public domain now. He's a copyright-free character that anybody can use, but Mickey Mouse, obviously the newer rendition of Steamboat Willie, Mickey Mouse is still copyrighted, I believe, so you can't use the iconic version of Mickey Mouse, like the coloured version, and you can't call him Mickey Mouse because the name and the image is copyrighted, but Steamboat Willie, the appearance and the name aren't copyrighted anymore, so I think that's how it works. This project is not part of the Twisted Childhood universe. Yeah, the Twisted Childhood universe is the Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey universe with, you know, Pinocchio Unstrung, Peter Pan, Neverland Nightmare, those kind of characters. It's completely separate from all of that. But by the looks of it, this reprehensible rodent, he'd fit right in. Yeah, absolutely he would. And you could see the two different studios kind of doing a crossover at some point. That would be kind of fun. Quote, "I'm so excited to share our mischievous monster mouse with the world. Screamboat is my way of paying homage to Disney while putting a sinister yet comedic twist on the classic." So it does sound like in this movie, we're going to get some gruesome kills. It's going to be a horror movie, obviously, but it's going to be heavily leading into the comedic aspect as well. So there's probably going to be a lot of jokes, a lot of kind of campiness in it as well, which I think is going to add to the overall charm. And I think it will kind of just elevate the movie ever so slightly. Said director Stephen Lamort when the project was announced. So, watching David Howard Thornton bring Steamboat Willie to life with the magicians at Quantum Creation FX has been nothing short of amazing. He's hilarious and murderously entertaining. I can't wait for audiences to meet Willie and experience the chaos we've created. Yeah, based on what the trailer's shown, I mean, it just looks so crazy. I mean, you've got this little murderous mouse running around just killing people. It's ridiculous beyond belief. Like, I don't even know if there's an English word in my vocabulary to explain what this movie looks like, but ridiculous, cheesy, campy, crazy. I'm not even sure which word to use, but kind of all of the above, I guess. So we got the following cast list there. Have a pause and read of that if you want to, guys. But let's keep going. Stephen Lamort serves as director, writer, and producer alongside these other people. So you can have a read of this if you want to read the writers and producers there as well. Check out the trailer and poster. Obviously, we've been taking a look at the trailer as we've been talking. And this is the full poster here from that image that we had at the beginning of the article. So from the producers of Terrifier 2 and 3 and The Mean One. Obviously, The Mean One was that horror version of The Grinch. By the way, if you haven't seen The Mean One, I do recommend checking it out. That's a really kind of excellent horror version of The Grinch. That's a really fun movie. But yeah, I mean, this poster's kind of cool. I kind of like it. But again, the costume doesn't do a whole lot for me, but still, I think the poster's quite fun. We have obviously Steamboat Willie in the middle, holding on to the steering wheel of the ship. There's a big knife there stuck in someone's chest, and the person's obviously a bit dead. Blood all over the knife. David Howard Thornton is Steamboat Willie, Screamboat. So yeah, I mean, the poster's quite fun. It's just a shame that I don't like the costume. I keep going back to that, I know. But I would love to hear what you guys think about the costume. Do you guys like it more than me? Do you think that the design of Steamboat Willie here actually looks good? Do you think it looks bad? Or do you think it looks somewhere in the middle? Or, you know, if you had any improvements to make to it, kind of what would you improve? I would love to hear your thoughts. So make sure you jump into the comment section and let me know about that, guys. So going down, the new Screamboat Willie trailer has arrived. The wildest horror ride of the year is almost here. Don't miss Screamboat in theaters, April the 2nd. So if you do want to see this, make sure you check your local theaters. It's going to be a very limited release from what I understand. So it's probably only going to be playing for a week or so. So I would definitely book your tickets as soon as you can, and check to see if it's available in your local town. If you want to see this movie. And as you can see here, like I said at the beginning, they're really kind of leaning into the Disney aspect with their Disney text, Disney font on the trailer, which is kind of cool. Obviously, I'm not going to click on this because this is the trailer we've been looking at as we've been talking. And then we've got the full-blown older trailer, which I've already shown on the channel, so I'm not going to show this trailer here either. But this comes to us from Bloody Disgusting. David Howard Thornton from the Terrifier shrinks down to size of an iconic mouse in Screamboat, which will be setting sail exclusively in theaters again on April the 2nd. The film's official description, so for those of you who may not know, I'll just read this again quickly. Be our guest on the New York City ferry ride that turns into a hilarious nightmare when a mischievous mouse named Steamboat Willie becomes a monstrous reality. As passengers set sail, their trip turns deadly when the tiny terror unleashes murder and mayhem, packed with big kills, big laughs, and a miniature menace. Screamboat is a cinematic thrill ride that reimagines Steamboat Willie like never before. Yeah, it just sounds really, really fun. A lot of horror, a lot of comedy, and a lot of kind of quirks to it. And I think it's going to be a really, really fun time. I'm definitely going to check this out if it's playing in my local town. I'm not sure if it's just releasing in the US or if it's releasing in other territories overseas as well. So I'll have to double check that later on today. But guys, jump into the comment section. You see the trailer, this information, and also this poster here for the upcoming Screamboat Willie movie. Is this something you're interested in? Is this something you're going to be checking out? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know down in the comment section. As always, thank you so much for being here. Make sure you hit the like button before you leave. Consider becoming a subscriber of the channel if you haven't done so far. It would mean a lot to me to have you guys on board as subscribers. And as always, I will see you in the next video.